Hola, namaskar, and a warm welcome to another video today, my grandmaster DSMNOS. Welcome back to the video. Today, we're going to be explaining you all the best builds with the best runes of Jax Jungle against every matchup, like every jungle, like Viego, Briar, Xin Zhao, even the counter champions of Jax Jungle. Yes, guys, it's like every jungle, guys, every jungle, every build, every runes, all the best of its kind for real. And trust me on this, guys. If I'm talking about the best, then it really means best. And also, before we start the video, I just want to let you all know that these builds are actually purely based on an experience, like the way how I climbed it to Diamond Elo and how I actually managed to take down all of these guys single-handedly. So let's go for it, guys. I'm also going to explain you with the examples, so please let's go for it. Now let's talk about the first and the best and the most common AD build of Jax Jungle. Well, I think the low elo players don't really have much idea about this build, but yes, it actually really works. The best AD build right now in this patches is currently the Trinity Force, Blade of King, Zhonya's Stoic Gauge, and Unending Despair, which is also usually used by many challenger players in Jax top lane. For example, you can take Haxor as well, and actually will consider to be a huge sustainable build. In jungle, it is usually used in Viego. You can also say Briar, Xin Zhao. All the champions are really not that big counter, but trying to pick these builds against your countering champions like Kayn, Lee Sin, Kajik, Shaco, and also you can say Zac tank. Of course, he's a bit annoying, so I wouldn't say that. Yeah, they're actually a bit countering champions or something. But now let's take an example here, and let's get back to the how a 5x11 Jax can actually smack down a Viego with the same kind of build. Technically, in this example, we have like only two items. Okay, guys, let's go for this example here now. This is a 5x11 Jax Jungle against a 14x1 Viego. Now, this guy's actually a little one level ahead of me, and yet he's actually really powerful. Now, as you can see, with just two items of in my hands, I can actually possibly take down this guy like a piece of cake, even though it was a bit close. I didn't play that duel fight very well, but still, in my opinion, Jax Jungle can counter Viego like with any kind of build for real, unless you're actually getting outnumbered. That's one of the reasons why Jax Jungle loses in 1v1 team fights, because you're getting outnumbered or there's a bit of lack of rotation from your teammates. Those are the only two reasons Jax Jungle can lose against Viego. When it comes to duel fights, when 1v1 against a Jax Viego, trust me, you're never gonna lose it unless you actually messed up your E. Okay, so just remember this, guys. Build this one and also try to go the runes of press the attack with inspiration runes. You can see the same runes in your screen as well, and you would find no problem smacking down this guy. And with the same kind of matchup, you can also go Viego. You can go this build against a Viego, Briar, Xin Zhao, or also you can go Kindred, or like you can also try to go against a Volibear, because it's a tank killing item, which is a Blade of King. Trust me on this, you will be the best of the Jax Jungle. In at least you can actually climb up to Diamond Elo for sure. In my experience, yes, I would totally agree with that. You're going to be climbing to Diamond Elo like really easily if you have a really good team, that's for sure. Okay, now let's go for some more exciting AD build where we won't be having any difficulty. I'm going to be explaining all in the last part of the video, so just let's go for some more different matchups where you can build hybrid, AP, tank, something like that for sure. Okay, so now I'm gonna be the second best item build I'm gonna be talking about right now is going to be the hybrid build, of course. The hybrid build, where actually you can also make this build, like you can try to go this build against like Warwick, or also you can go against Zac, Ramos, please. Remember these words, the champions, Warwick and Ramos are the best champions to go with this build. And the build is actually about the hybrid build where you can go Trinity Force as score item, secondary item is going to be Nash's Tooth, third item is going to be the Blade of King, and the fourth item is going to be the Shadow Flame. And also you can go Zhonya's as your last item, or the last item is going to be Zhonya's, okay? Because you wouldn't be finding any difficulty in team fights where you're going to be getting one-shotted by any super fed ADC or something. because that way you can actually use your Zonias to survive. But believe me, there are some demerits with this build where you won't be having much sustain. So you have to play in a different way, like play like in a flanking champion, like flanking jungle, like an assassin. Like try to come from the other side of the map, like come from the behind or come from the bushes way where it's not warded. You can actually be the best jungler for real, because you cannot be the front lining with this build. Note this one build, guys. This is the same build just like the AD build, but this is a bit of hybrid build, and you can be smacking down the Warwick Ramos like a piece of cake, because Ramos can't counter you pretty badly if you go full AD. And you need to build some tank killing items, that's for sure. It's going to take some time. So try to build more of a hybrid build against Ramos and Warwick. See, I've already explained you about this build in AD build, but there are more incoming AD builds, which I'm going to be talking about. That's for sure, okay? Hybrid I've explained very well. Now, let's go for some AP build. AP, like full one-shot AP. Well, technically, it's a bit of fun build where you won't be going like super sustain champion, where you won't be having any sustain, that's for sure. Either one shot them or you get one shot. So okay, let's go for the build here. Now the second the AP build which I was talking about is this one: Nash's Tooth, Shadow Flame, Storm Surge, Zonias, and Deathcap with Horizon as 6th item. Or else you can also do this thing, you can go 5th item as Horizon and 6th item as Deathcap. But Storm Surge and Shadow Flame is a must for AP one-shot build, that's for sure. This build you can actually try normals or swift play, where you will have a lot of fun, guys. Believe me, the one-shot is truly amazing. And against which champions you can go? Well, of course you can go this build against pure squishy champions, like who are range champions, because this way you'll be getting some movement speed with the items, of course. Leech Bane, like Cosmic Drive as well, but Cosmic Drive doesn't work on Jax Jungle, so try not to go that. You can also go Horizon to increase some more one-shotting ability. So try to only go this build against squishy champions. Try not to mess around. Don't do anything stupid by going against tanks. It's not gonna work, okay? So try to go against like a Kindred, Nidalee. These two champions are the best to go against this build. And merit point is like you won't be having any sustain. You can actually also see the full video, the full gameplay of this build. I've actually kept in my video description, you can see. Now actually I've explained already all about the Viego full AD build, prior Xin Zhao, Zac, and Ramos, Warwick regarding hybrid build as well. Kindred and Nidalee also was explained with the full AP build. Now how about you try a full tank, where you would be more present in team fights, in ganking lanes, rather than AFK farming. A big thanks to Haxer, because I've like made it 2 builds of tank. You can also see both the videos, that's for sure, because you will be having great way of enjoying with that build, which is the Iceborne Gauntlet. So the Winter Blessed one, the Flicker Blade, Unending Despair is also a really good item, because you wouldn't be having no problem building this build, and also how tank you can be. You're going to be absolutely unkillable. As for Reigns would be Grasp of Undying Range with Inspiration, with Magical Footwear and Cosmic Insight. Or else you can also go Jack of all trades with Grasp Reigns of like Demolish, Second Wind. The full tank build is usually used against Sejuani. It's like Udyr, Zac. Zac is also a really tanky champion, that's for certain. He can pressurize a lot of lanes by himself. The only way you're going to be losing against those champions is because you're going to be AFK farming. If you're being a more passive laner, that's the only way you're going to be losing. But in other ways, you'll be absolutely and definitely going to smack down those guys if you try to be more present in ganking lanes. That's for certain. I'm not going to lie about this, because I've done 100 times by myself. I've smacked down many great Zac players, and they also admired the way I played as Jax Jungle. So believe me, I can assure you all that this is going to work, that's for sure. You can see the videos of my full gameplay as well with the full tank build, how I smack down Zac players, Sejuani with the same build, how crazy you can be. That's for sure, guys, okay? Okay, so since we have actually explained you about tank, AP, hybrid, and AD, the next one comes to the lifesteal part, where you will be having some impressive amount of lifesteal, where also you'll be getting some little bit of sustain, that's for sure. Now, let's go for the lifesteal build, which is the Trinity Force, Blade of Rinking, Mercury Scimitar, Ravenous Hydra, and Unending Despair. Well, technically, this is a mathematical build. I would say that it's not really that a big dangerous build, but Mercury Scimitar actually counters with this huge amount of CC, where you will be getting stunned for like forever, permanently CC'd. You can use this item against those champions in team fights, that's for certain. And also, let's say the other build is going to be more of a lifesteal. So basically, you'll be more helpful in gaining and learning a lot of lifesteal. That's for sure. And now, let's go for some more exciting AD builds here, guys. How about the one AD build which I talked about you right now? In this patch, is also works like with Kraken Slayer. Now let's go for the best tanky anti-tank build, which I'm going to be talking about, guys. Is going to be the Titanic Hydra Frozen Heart item, which is usually used by many Jax Jungle players. That's for sure, because even the high you can see this build is actually usually works against Shyvana in the dragon formation. You can also, I'm going to actually show you all a really good example here as well, the way how you can smack down a fully fed Shyvana as a normal decent Jax Jungle, that's for sure, because that way you can actually gain some confidence building some smacking down, the way how you actually smack down those champions, and you won't be finding any fear playing against those champions. I would say, how about you try building this build like Trinity Force, Blade of Rinking, Titanic Hydra with the Frozen Heart, and Kinetic Rooken as magic resistance item. Trust me on this, guys. Those three items would be the best of the best world. Like you can also do some adjustments with the Kinetic Rooken and try to take down the Wits End. Now let's take an example here with the Shyvana matchup. Okay, guys, let's take an example here of the Shyvana fight here now. See, I'm actually flanking from the bot side. And actually, I had no idea like where the hell the Shyvana is. I just got rooted with the Mel, and she just dived on me. She's in the dragon formation. Now let's do a little bit of slow motion over there. She's trying to dodge my E, but she can't do that because she's kind of like slow. So do I. As soon as my E actually goes off, she's getting an executing damage with Titanic Hydra, of course. That's one of the reasons why you can actually reduce, like you can actually take half HP off AD champions, like squishy champions, like ADC Jinx, Kathleen. All these champions will be losing half HP with one E of your going off, like that's for sure. Yeah, let's take an example here now. As you all can see, we just took down the Baron here, and the enemy teams are actually coming straight for us. And Zoe is down, and we are actually, I literally tried to do the flanking. This is what I'm talking about. I'm playing the full AP build here, and I'm not being the front line. I'm coming from the back side of the jungle side, and I'm actually gonna just dive onto this Graves and Jinx only. Take down only the squishy champions. Graves kind of like messed up his cone, which actually costed his takedown. Now, I got two of them, okay? I'm just trying to get my E back. I just got it, and there goes Jax. Goes down in flames. Believe me, you won't be having much sustain with this build, but that's for sure they're going to be smacking down them. You won't finding any trouble fighting against the champions, and you will be put the best Jax AP Jax build. Okay, well, I think I've explained you every build and every matchup, but there still remains one big countering matchup, like how you can do your build against countering champions of your enemy team. Like what kind of build you can go, and what kind of build matchup like build order you can go against your counters, which are the Lee Sin, Kha'Zix, Kayn. Remember the Kayn, because Kayn is actually right now is a bit easy to take down. Only the red Kayn is the biggest threat. If it's a blue Kayn, you'll be the most happiest guy to take down them. How about as soon as you get your first core item, which is the Trinity Force, try to go Frozen Heart as a secondary item for some more instant sustain as secondary power spike. And try to go third item as Story Catch. And then you can also try to go some Sundered Sky for some really decent amount of damage, try to go this build against Lee Sin, Kajix, and Shaco if you want to, for some incredible amount of sustain, guys. That's for sure. Nothing will happen to you in any way if your team has some really enough damage. Okay, I wouldn't say that it's going to be your fault, because I've explained you every matchup against Jax Jungle, like every champion. Right now, the countering champions for Jax Jungle is like Lee Sin, Kane, Kajix, Shaco, or also you can go Zac. They're actually a bit annoying. For some tank matchups, I've explained you the build, which was about Sejuani, Ramos, Zac, and also Volibear. I mean, Volibear is really not big problem. For mastery, you can go the same full AD build, which I talked about you before at the first build. That was the best build for now in this patch. Trust me, you will find no problem, no issues fighting against those champions. In my opinion, yes, no problem at all. Now, as for the other champions like assassins, Viego is actually a bit easy, so does Briar. But remember one thing, guys. If Briar goes press the attack, you won't be able to defeat her at level 3. Okay? So don't take any big opportunities fighting against her. Okay? Like trying to do fight against her in early games at level 3. Try to fight against her in after your first item, like 24th, okay? And that way, you won't be having any issues. Okay, well, I hope I've actually covered every champion build and actually every build and also against every matchup. I really hope you guys like my video, so please like and subscribe to my channel for more amazing Jax Jungle based build strategies and many more, guys. So well, I'll see you in the Rift next time.